Any questions, guys?
I got a question. You played a series of dominant 13 chords with a bend.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Can you tell us how you did the bend pattern?
Oh sure. Let's see. That's an extra $20, so. Thanks everybody. I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah, that's just like a steel thing. I'm trying to think of how to give you a context. Like that. Okay. I got that from playing with a guy named Joe Goldmark. So, and I haven't heard it. Do you know this one?
Maybe because I've heard you do it.
Yeah. Luke is a charmer. And so anyway, it's kind of, so it's flat 7, the 3rd, and the 5th. And then you got to bend it. And that's hard. And then just move it in minor thirds. Then you got to land on your feet. But anyway.
I think I'll just interject with the I think just to put it in context of that, it comes out of like a symmetric diminished thing, I think, right? Just the half whole step scale. I mean, that's why that works, just because you're going up a diminished scale. So I think if you took any
Yeah, I mean,
ones, I mean, it's just
yeah, I don't know the theory behind it, but I know I do it all the time. Like it, that one, and I really like that one. That's like a 5.
yeah.
Right.
What was the name of that song?
That was Minute Waltz. Minute Waltz? Yeah.
I should know that.
Well, not the way we play it. No, yeah, thank you. I love that. I worked really hard on that, and we've been playing it, and you know, I was really, you know, I got the piano because I like Chopin, and I like that song, but it was in D flat, and I got a piano score. It was super hard to translate, you know. I mean, and then I ended up doing, you know, whatever I, you know, just kind of my own thing. This part's the weird part. You know, it's like, wow, is he? You know, I don't know what that is, and I had to transpose it, but I love it. That makes me so happy. So, any questions? Sure.
I'm backtracking a little bit to the behind the nut bends. Are there any suggestions for being able to transfer this to one of those guitars that starts with G rather than F, for instance?
What kind of guitar?
Like a Gibson, or
Oh.
a guitar with more of a tilted back.
Yeah, I was saying. Whoops. Yesterday, or a couple of days ago, there was an article that came out, and I will answer your question. And in the article, they interviewed me. It was like in one of the local magazines, and in it, I'm quoted as saying, "Yeah, my girlfriend knows a lot more about guitar than I do." Like, cause a luthier came over, and he's like, "What kind of wood do you want?" She's like, "Jim, I think you want mahogany. It's a little darker, you know." And I'm like, "Really? Okay." And you know, so I said, "Yeah, my girlfriend knows a lot more about guitar than I do." And I was like, read it, and I thought, well, that's not going to get any butts in the seats at the gig. So, but sometimes I mean, I'm not a complete dummy, but I don't.
Yeah, sorry, I wrote
that. But yeah, on the Les Paul, because I played a Les Paul for a while, you just could go. I mean, there's just, but you can do, the thing is on a Les Paul, you got on and off, right? Like you can go to one pickup or to another, and you could do like this. You can make that really go, wow, you know? So I used to do that all the time when I had a Les Paul. All these like crazy abrupt sounds with going like this on your toggle switch. And I also could play some notes behind the nut. And I figured out what all those notes were, and like, you know, like I know that's a D, but I had like a little bunch of things. Like I wouldn't normally do that, but it was funny, got a laugh, you know, and that's great. I mean, what better way to connect? So I figured out a bunch of stuff that Les Pauls did. So, I mean, sure, you want to be able to, you know, because it's a great sound, but every guitar has something about it, and that'll make a sound, you know, and like I have a Gibson 225, and I've been like figuring out, like I just do that naturally. I mean, I don't even spend that much time doing it, but one thing I do, because, you know, I'm smart enough to be humble, and we all know, you know, that there's been, you know, I mean, I've been trying to figure out this Wes Montgomery solo, and there's Chet Atkins and Lenny Breau. You know, you listen to Lenny Breau, you're just like, wow, like, I got to play another 200 years, you know? So I'm pretty humble, you know, because I'm realistic. But I know one thing I do is I play the whole instrument. Like, if I pick something up, I'm like, hey, what's this, what's this, what's this? And so, and I'm pretty, you know, I have an aptitude for that. So my advice is if you can't do it, do something else on your Les Paul. You know, that's crazy and good. But you can't do much. It's the short answer. Yeah, that's it, you know. Because if memory serves me correct in that regard, because the nut is just not deep dish enough.
Yeah, but can you pull sideways against the nut?
I don't know. No.
Not very successful.
No. I mean, yeah, I don't think so. Where's that wire?
I have a funny story about Flip Scipio. Does anybody know Flip Scipio? I mean, it's like, because it's a luthier's conference, and he probably would be one of the top guys here. He plays guitars for Pat. He's out in New York. He's a real sweet guy. But I brought him a 64 Sheridan. I have a 67 Epiphone Sheridan that I bought because of Leon Rhodes. And I just remember bringing it to him for a job. He opened it up, and his eyes just lit up. This guy's just, he's such a knowledgeable person and just very enthusiastic. And he just says, "Oh," and he's Dutch, so he's got a great accent too. And he just, the Campilongo has a trapeze strings, and he just immediately went behind him, and he just knew what the harmonics were on the note. He just he's like, "Oh, this is that one that has this kind of seashell in the ear." And he just played. Immediately went to the behind the bridge. I just like
Yeah.
little story.
No,
we
that's-
both go to him. We love him.
And Nels Klein does that, like a guy, very creative guy. Like, I mean,
It's worth exploring the notes. I mean, he made me go home and be like, I should know what those notes are behind the thing. I'm like, why don't I use them? So it's just sort of embellishing the idea of exploring all the sounds.
Did somebody else raise their hand? 'Cause I thought, yeah.
Did you ever, have you ever tried a thumb pick instead of doing the hybrid picking? Did that ever, you ever go through a phase of that? Yeah.
No, I mean, I tried a thumb pick for a while, but I just couldn't feel like. I don't know. Can we do Sweet Dreams? One, G3, 4. There's some touch. Playing like that, I just couldn't do with the thumb pick. And even the guys that use thumb picks, they're great, but I don't hear it. I get a lot of thumb on my playing, so I miss that. And I'm a really big fan of just do it one way.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what that way is. Because Django Reinhardt, he used 2 fingers and a couple of nubs, and he did it that way, and he was great. And Wes Montgomery just used his thumb, and Lenny Breau, I think, mainly used the thumb pick. And some people are really unorthodox, but they just keep doing it that way. But by the same token, when I show somebody something I'm really on everybody to go do it right, because if you spend 10 minutes now, the rest of your life, you'll play it well. Just do that first 10 minutes, because a lot of times people are like, fuck that, I can't do it that way. And if you just spend that extra 10 minutes, it's good. But that's why I just use a pick, mainly. I finger pick at home sometimes, with kind of classical kind of thing. But I always use a pick. I never tune in a different tuning. I never use a capo. I just 440. Once in a while, I'll do that. But I'm really obsessed with this. I would never. I was watching a video. Some guys here, you could detune like this, and all your chords are different, and their sound. And I was like, I would never do that. But I don't really have that much fun. I always work. People are like, oh, you must really enjoy playing at home. I'm like, I never do that. I always try and learn something. So maybe I should have more fun. I might be a better solo guitar player. But anyway, anything?
When you get vibrato out of the guitar, I notice you kind of shape it. Are you holding the body?
Yeah, that's it's like that. You hold it. But anyway, yeah, and it will hurt. Like, it hurts my ribs, but then it went away. You know, but it hurt for a couple of years. And I had to get arthroscopic surgery, but it's all good now. So watch it at home. But yeah, repetitive motion is but basically, it's more from like pulling this way. So, any other one like play some? Yeah.
Just wondering, do you get melodic ideas like while you're buying groceries and grab your cell phone and just record the melody, like vocalize it, or how is the creative process in terms
that's
of?
a really. Thanks for asking that. You know, I don't know. I mean, I honestly, sometimes, I mean, I have 11 records out, right? And I don't know how many tunes I've written, but a lot, like 120 tunes or something. And a lot of those songs are good songs. You know, like they're not just I think they're pretty good songs. But I really don't think about it too much. You know, I mean, I really always think about movies or something, you know, like, I mean, I don't really think about, sometimes I don't feel like much of a musician, you know, because I don't really think about music that much. I mean, I think about movies all the time. But when I pick up an instrument and I want to write something, yeah, I want it to be melodic. Do you know, probably you don't. It's like, the pastor's looking brighter and brighter. Yeah, like that song took forever for me to write, like 3 days. Yeah, I got a grant for, I was in Finland for 6 months, but it took me 3 days. And it took me forever, and the melody was... It took me forever to get to like what I really thought was like the truth, you know. And I know that sounds like something Salvador Dali would say, but it's like sometimes I just, you know, it takes a while to get there sometimes, you know. And that's what I think about, but only when I'm playing. But I don't really, you know, I don't really like to hear music when I go out. You know, it's like you know, you go to the like bank machine and you're hearing like Hotel California and everything. It's just like, oh my God, I hate that. And you know, I just want to hear silence. But when I play, I try to, you know, come to the truth of what it is instead of like, oh, somebody will like this or this will be easy to sell on. Hey, you want to play Denise? If we can. This is one. I just wrote this and I really like this song. I don't know if you guys will know. I built it up and everything. We got a couple more minutes, and if you guys, it's hot in here, and if you're getting uncomfortable. But I'll play this and then maybe answer a few more questions. Is that good? I hope everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. that song, and I do. Oh, thank you. I like that one. I mean, I really, really worked hard on that song, and the whole. I mean, this is. I don't know if this is gonna be very clinicky. The whole point, the whole thing to me of that song was this one note. You know, it's sorry. That's the note. And that's exactly how I felt. And I was thinking, how do I feel about this? And I wrote the whole song around that. So it's like, I kind of can't tell you what I think. And this is a very, I just thought, that was all easy. That's what I wait to play. So, anyway. Well, why don't we do one more little tune? Does anybody have any more questions?
Do you find yourself in a rut, the process for finding your inspiration, something to go to?
Yeah, well, I have like a program, you know, like I go through every scale in seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, and sevenths. I'll probably play melodic and melodic minor, you know, in thirds. And then I always have like a tune I either want to learn or will work on. And sometimes I just don't want to do any of that. Like it's as dry as my answer just was. You know? I mean, I look outside and it's, you know, it looks all sunny. Or I'll like vacuum first. You know, and I'll vacuum. I'd rather do anything than that, but I do it. You know, and what I tell people, like my students, is try to practice for 5 minutes. Like, and practice. Don't play the, you know, half of Stairway to Heaven. You know.
Yeah.
Like practice something, like a G scale. 5 minutes, maybe 10. You know, but do it at the same time every day. And then you get in the habit. But I try it, like, if I can, and we're busy. You know, because we're messing around with Canadian customs and all this stuff. You know, there's so many things to do when you're a professional musician. You know, art, music.
Yeah.
But I try at 10 a.m. and practice. And it doesn't matter how I feel. Because once I start doing it, it's really good. I had kind of the same relationship with sit-ups. You know, like I was like, okay, I'm going to do sit-ups because, you know, I don't want to look like terrible, you know, as I get older. So I do sit-ups, you know, I did like 20 or 25 or so. And the next day, I like got my feet under the chair and I was like laying on the floor and I'm like, this is the most comfortable I've ever felt in my life. Like before the sit-ups, you know? And that's how sometimes practicing is like, wait, that vacuuming looks like fun. You know? Let alone like, oh, John Wick 2 available. I really want to see that. And, but it's, we good? I just oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Class.
That's
Sorry.
so funny. We'll just do a quick 1 minute song. Here, one.